Hi, I'm Phil.
And I'm Jane.
Welcome to Table for Two Show. You be the judge. Today we're taking a look at Bring Out Your Dead by Ginger Ale Games. Plays 2 to 5 players.
Now, thank you, Ginger Ale Games, for letting us see this prototype. And this is a prototype we're showing you today. But as you know, if it's on our show, we will physically be backing this game as well. And we're hoping that you do the same on Kickstarter. So we're hoping to make this game come to fruition.
Yes.
I know there's a little story behind this game, but before I tell you the story, did you see my new hat? This is my new You Be the Judge hat.
I know
You Be the
this
Judge
is.
hat. I think it's hot.
I want a hat. I got a hat. There's a hat.
Oh, Jesus.
Go Bears.
It's football season, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
and now
end
the
of baseball season.
The world's now come to an end of baseball season.
Yeah.
Oh, how'd those Cubbies do?
They're not going to be playing any October games, I don't think so.
And hats off to Mr. Jeter. That's my team, by the way, the one I like. So anyway, the story of the game is the head of the family has died.
Oh, boy. That's so sad.
But the thing is, he didn't like you so much because you're at the end of the will. You're not getting anything hardly.
Great if I hated him.
And you're trying to move up the list. You're trying to get some more money and some cash. He had a lot of money, apparently.
Yeah.
So one of your goals of the game is to get rid of some family members.
They're in my way.
Take care of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So each player gets a handful of these lovely tokens in a color. Mine are blue, of course, as you can see.
Here's mine are orange.
Did you do that on purpose?
No, I didn't, but hey, go
now
Bears!
I realized. Somebody rigged the game. All right.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, the tokens are coffins, basically, and they come in one body capacity or 2 body capacity. And what you're doing is one of your goals is to bury your dead in this lovely graveyard. Hence, we have the crow. The graveyard. I like him.
It's a meowing crow.
It meow.
That's okay.
Shut up. Anyway, you'll see there's places you bury your bodies in the graveyard, and then based on where they're buried, you get points at the end. So obviously, you want to try to go for the higher, burial areas.
Right.
And there's a west side and an east side of the graveyard, and there's a lovely river that splits the two. That will explain what the river does in a little bit. Yep. And then there's a scoring track around the board, which is normal to most games. But then you'll see there's little tokens that represent the bears.
Yes.
Represent each player.
Right.
Bears. Okay, that's enough of bears. Then there's these lovely cards. They're called Undertaker cards. There are 8 of these. And basically what happens is there are rounds of the game. So once 8 of these cards are used or played, you'll see in a moment, the game is over. Now, the only way the game can end before the 8 rounds is if somebody buries all of their tokens, all of their coffins.
Let's get rid of the rest of the family.
Yeah, once they're all buried, then the game ends no matter where we are at the rounds.
Yeah.
So that's pretty easy. Now, there's also 2 types of cards in the game. You'll see on each side. Why don't you explain a little bit about the 2 types of cards?
Okay, so on my side, I have treasure cards.
I like treasure.
Yeah, so treasure cards are kind of dual purpose cards. When you can play these either out of your hand immediately to collect the points on the bottom. So in this case, there's a little tombstone there. I get 4 points as soon as I play it. Or you can hang on to these in your hand until the end of the game. The reason you want to hang on to them is indicated by these icons here. So for instance, if I collect 4 ring cards by the end of the game, I get 18 points.
Nice score. Yeah.
Instead of just the 4 if I played it right away. So
Right.
you have to make your decision if you're going to hang on to it or play it.
Right.
On this side, we have fate cards.
What is your fate?
Now, fate cards have the same stones on the bottom, so when you play them, those points
By the way, in
happen
this one, look,
immediately.
you take away 2
That one
points. You
takes
play
away.
that. That's not, and this one doesn't have any points, but
But
yeah.
you also have to look at the icons on the cards. So these are the actions that you perform with those cards.
And what's nice is, all right, the actions, some of them are pretty obvious. Put a casket into the cart. That's an obvious one. But if you don't know what these actions do, they give you this lovely legend card. Each player gets one. There's 5 of them in the set. And they tell you what those actions do. So you can make a decision whether you want to use that card during your turn or not.
Right.
Now, each player does start off with a hand of 7 cards. Each player gets 1 fate and 1 treasure card to start with. But they also get a common set of cards. And I'll show you the common set. Oops, I'm going to show you my cards here in just a moment. So these cards are in everybody's hand. And you never lose these cards. They're always in your hand to play. If you use a treasure card or a fate card, those get discarded as they're used.
Right.
But this common set stays all the time. So they're very quick actions. Put a coffin into the cart, put 2 coffins into the cart, put a coffin into the cart, pretty obvious. This card does nothing. But if you play the 2 card with the number 3 card, with the combination of them, you can actually pick up a new fate card if you need a new fate card on your turn. So these are always in your hand constantly, and then you start off the game again with one of each of the treasure and the fate.
That's right.
Now, it's very easy to play. I found it was very, for me especially. They also mentioned in the rules that there's a first player token. Now, we didn't see a token in the prototype, fair enough, but we used the business card. We just used the business card for Bring Out Your Dead as our first player token, just to indicate who the first player is, which is going to be me.
Yeah, it's going to be you.
People are so sick of that, I'm sure. I'll let you be next on the next one.
Okay, we'll try to remember that.
Yeah, I'll try to keep that in mind. So, if we just play the game a little bit, we'll play 3 rounds. 3 rounds of the game, just to show you how it's played. We won't do all 8, although we probably could and still fit it in 20 minutes. It's a very quick game. But let's just do 3, and then whoever has the most points wins.
That'll give us an opportunity to describe some specific areas on the board as well.
And how it actually works, right? So the first thing first player does is turn over an Undertaker card. Now, the Undertaker cards are really a cart that they put the dead people in. Isn't that nice? And based on how many players are in the game, in this case 2P is 2 players, we actually have 4 spaces that we can put dead people in. Obviously, the more players, the more spaces.
Right.
So the first step is for the player to pick a card and then go ahead and place it on one side or another of the game board. I'm going to go ahead and start on the west side of the cemetery. What that means is once we go to bury the dead, they have to be buried on the west side. That's all it means. All right? So each player has their cards, and you bid 3 cards face down. Once the cards are turned over, the highest number, you'll see on these cards, there's a number at the top left. The highest number goes first, and then play proceeds going down the highest to lowest number to take actions or to do whatever's in the card's hand. So I'm going to go ahead and play 3 cards down. Let's see. We do have 4 slots sitting out there.
Yes, we do.
So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do this and this. Oh, what the hey? I'm going to do this and see what happens. Oh.
Okay.
All right, so we both play our 3 cards. Ready? We
Yes.
turn them over to reveal. Highest number does go first. So I am the highest number because I have a number 8 at one of my cards.
Yes, you do.
And I'm playing actually a fate card, which shows me that I can take 2 of my coffins, or the 2 coffin, and put it in the first, in the slot in the cart. So that is now played. So fate cards get discarded after they're played. The next highest number is 7. And
We both have 7.
both have a 7. Now here's why
Right.
it's important to know who has the first player card. Okay, so whoever has first player card gets the win on the tie, basically.
Right.
So I'm going to play my number 7, which allows me to put another, but at this time a single coffin, into the cart. And I can put this one back in my hand because it's a reusable card. Now you can play your 7.
Now I can play my 7, which, same thing. I get to put 1 coffin in the cart.
Right? And now we both have a 6. So again, tiebreaker, I get the tiebreaker.
Somebody
which
was
means
clever.
I'm going to go ahead and put 2 in the cart. And now the cart is full. We can't put any more things in the cart. So now what happens, Philip?
Now what happens is
What happens, Philip?
I figured, well, there's 4 slots. This should be enough for me to play 2 sets of coffins. Nope.
Not so much. I took up the
You
rest.
tricked me.
I tricked you.
So my double coffin won't fit in the cart. So it bloop goes in the river.
It goes in the river. So now, you don't want stuff in the river.
No.
At the end of the game, when you're scoring points, depending on how many bodies are in your river, you get points deducted, which is not good.
Right.
There are ways to get the bodies out of the river. Some of the fate cards will do that. They'll actually take a body out of the river, which is a way to get it back. But for right now, you're in the river.
Right.
But what's nice about being in the river is you get to choose either 1 fate card or 1 treasure card to put in your hand. So you get
Yes.
to choose one.
I'm going to choose a fate card.
All right, so now he's put a fate card in his hand. So now we've played all of our, actually we had 1 more card, but the 3 does nothing.
yeah, the 3
So you're
does
good.
nothing. So
All right, so
Right.
we played all of our cards. The next step is to bury the dead in the color, whoever gets first. So I'm going to go ahead and take the 2 blue, and I'm going to put it right at 10. Because why not get 10 points, right?
Sure,
Now
why
you
not?
score these points at the end of the game, by the way, just pointing that out. By the way, did anybody play? No, nobody played anything for points, just making sure
Nope.
we didn't forget points. Okay. The blue, I'm going to put in, let's see, I'm going to put it in 7.
yeah.
And then you get to put your
Right.
orange.
And it says here singles only and couples only. So that's
Right.
important when you're placing the coffins.
Yep, and
in
then you've
there.
got that one to
So
play.
I've got the orange, so I can play that wherever I want. I think I'm going to take the 5 way down here.
All right, and of course I'll bury, let's just go here in the 9. So all the dead are buried. This card is now completed.
Yep.
Let's put that away for right now. And then that round is over. So I'm going to go ahead and give the first player card to now Philip, who's now the next, the first player. Next player.
And let's turn over the Undertaker card.
Yep.
And this one only has 2 spots
Yeah.
for us, for 2 players. So I'm going to go back to the west.
All right, so let's stick on the west side.
Okay,
All
we'll
right.
play that, and
I'm going the river again.
that.
I need a little more drink. Now you would think this is a Bloody Mary. It's not, it's a V8. I have a little bit of a cold.
Lost one of my cards here. There it is.
I'm trying to get better. All right,
Okay.
ready? Turn them over. Oops, I'll put it down. All right, what's your highest number? Ooh.
My highest is 9.
All right, well you go first, my friend.
All right, so 9 is a grave robber.
Uh-oh.
So what that allows me to do is actually switch. So you see the icon over here says that I get to switch with
Fine, take 2 extra points. I don't care.
another player's
All
coffin.
right, well then that's used.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 7.
Next I have a 3.
I have a 7, so I'm going to go ahead and play my 7
Okay.
to put 1 in the cart. And then I have a 4. Now I'm playing the 4. All I'm doing is I'm getting 4 points.
Okay.
And they said not to keep this, so I'm going to go ahead and move my token to 4. This gets discarded. And then I have a 3.
We both have a 3. Mine goes first.
Mine
it does nothing.
Well, actually yours does
Right.
something.
But
because-
but I did play the 3 with the 2.
so you get a fake
So
card.
I get the fate card.
Now, again, he could choose from the ups, or he can actually pick one from the pile.
Right. So I think I'm going to pick
All
this
right.
one right
And I'll
here.
replace him with her. All right, and that's now done with the bidding. Now, you didn't get anything in the cart.
I did not.
All right, well, too bad for you. I'm going to go ahead and put my 1, let's see, I'll put my 1, actually, I'm going to put my 1 in the mass grave. Now, you'll see I only get a point for this at the end of the game. But when you put a coffin in the mass grave on either side, depending which side you're putting it on, you get to also pick the card. So because I put it there, I'm going to pick a treasure card. I think I'm just going to pick from the top of the pile here. And then this is basically done. And nobody went in the river, so we're good. So first player card goes back to me.
Take that.
Yep. And you can see this goes pretty fast. I mean, it's not a long, drawn out, now with more players.
Yeah.
Right? 2 players, it's pretty quick, I like that. All right, so new Undertaker card. Ooh, this one has 3 slots to put in. I'm gonna go over to the east side.
Okay.
What the heck? Might as well go to the east side. All right, let's see, with your 3 slots to play. That. Talking to myself. You're talking to yourself too.
I was talking to
All
myself.
right, turn
too.
them over. Let's see what we get. 7? Oh, 8. Okay, you go first.
Okay, so I'm going to play the 8, which I get to put someone in the cart,
Yep, so this is played.
and that's played. First coffin right there.
Yep, I got a 7. All right, so I get to put 1 in the coffin.
Yes.
We both have 6.
We both have 6.
I have first player card, so I get to fill the coffin.
Yeah.
And guess what? You have 6. Now what happens to yours?
In the river.
Going in the river again.
Oh, man.
Now you get to take a card, being in the river.
I do.
In this case, either one.
I'll take this one.
All right. Now we both played 4 in the end. Doesn't really matter. We both going.
Right.
Even though I can go first, we're still getting 4 points each. So now I'm on 8. Now you're on 4.
And I'm on 4, and
That's a
that
played
ends
card.
that.
That goes discard.
Right.
Let's kind of bury the dead. So that's yours first. Yours gets buried first.
So let's see. I'm going to put mine. That's interesting. I think
Okay.
I'll put it over here.
All right. And then I have 1. Let's see. I'm gonna put mine there.
Right. So the area where I played mine, there's actually a bonus if you have a majority of the coffins in this area at the end.
Hence where I'm gonna go like that.
Right. I almost put mine here. This one, you actually have a penalty for the majority. So there, if you want to be in there, you obviously don't want to have a majority.
So we've buried our dead.
Mm-hmm.
And that. You know what? We have a little time. Let's do one more round.
I think
Just
so.
one more round.
That'll be good.
So you're first player
I
again.
take first player
And
card.
we both have equal amount of turns.
Yes.
Okay.
And
then we'll
let's
count
see.
points.
I'm going to play this. I think I'm going to go back to the east side again. And we've
All
got
right,
3
slots.
positions.
3 slots. All right. Now you always have to have a little strategy going on. Think about this. He has the first player card. So if I play my highest number, thinking he's going to play his highest number, I know he's going to get it, right? So you got to be careful with that too, thinking you might put some stuff in the river otherwise.
It's very possible.
So yeah, think a little bit when you're playing this game.
Okay.
All right, go for it.
All right.
Oh boy.
My top one
I
is,
can't turn my cards over today.
my highest one is a 9.
All right, do your 9.
All right, so my 9 is a special card. It's a fate card, which is a reburial. So the reburial allows me to move one of your coffins. Make sure I got that right. Oh no, it's move one of my coffins to another grave. So let's see. I'm going to move it. I think I want to move this to a higher amount. I'm going to move it way up here.
Okay, now, notice his fate card also has a scorer mechanism, so he can also gain now 2 points.
So I'll take those.
2 points. So that was a 9. I have a 7, which allows me to bury 1, or to put 1 on the card, I should say, not bury 1, put 1 on the card. And then you have a 6.
I have the 6, which allows me to bury 2,
Yep.
so a double.
Yep.
So I'll put the
And
double.
then you have a 5, and it's still higher than my card, so.
And I probably shouldn't even put those. 5, single.
Yep.
So I'll put the single
And then
right there.
I played the 3 and the 2 together, so I get a fate card, which I'm going to go ahead and take. Doesn't matter at this point because we're ending the game, but I'm going to take my fate card. And then the game turn is over. And then, of course, we bury our dead. So
Yes.
I do the first. I'll go ahead and prop in the 5.
Okay. I'll put the double in the couples only 11 slot
That's a
right
nice
there.
slot, yeah.
Yep.
And then you have your single.
And then the single, let's see, I can get the majority there. I guess I'll just go for the 4 points over here.
All right. By the way, take a look at this one. Must fill this from low to high. So if you start putting stuff in here, you have to start with a low number, hoping
Right.
that you get to the high number. But you know that's harder probably. All right. So we're going to pretend that's the end. So that was the 8th round. We'd be done.
Right.
And then you have to add up points. Now the first thing is there's something called a gemstone. Certain of the jewelry or certain of the treasures are called gemstone. I don't have any gemstones.
And I don't either.
Okay, so if you had a gemstone, you add points for the gemstones, which we both don't have gemstones. Then what you want to do, score points negative and positive for majorities. Okay, so majorities are next. So
Okay.
this is a majority, nobody's in there.
Right.
This is a majority, I'm in there. So I get
Yes.
plus 4, 2, 3, 4 for being in a majority. Nobody's in the negative majority here, so that's it for majorities.
That's all majorities, yes.
Okay. Then deduct for any players or coffins in the river. Oh, that would be you.
Oh, man.
How many? You're gonna go wait. You're gonna be negative.
13.
All right.
So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I'm kind of like -7 right now.
Yeah, and then take these off because we
Yep.
scored those.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I don't have anybody in the river. Sorry. And then we do the cemetery. So it says the person who has the lowest score goes first. That'd be you.
That would definitely be me. So, so now we just go.
Add up your points.
I'll
11.
take the 11 over here, which will get me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yep.
At least I'm kind of coming
It's very
back.
easy just to add them all up and just
And
take a
then
score. So 4, 9.
4, 9,
16.
and 16. So let's see. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
You got 20 whole points so far.
Right there.
All right, then for me, 10, 19, 24, 29, 34, and this is 4, so 38, 39.
Actually, there were 2 there, so 43.
Oh, 43. Okay,
Yep.
43 plus 12 is
Oh my goodness.
55, right? 43 plus 12,
That sounds right.
55. All right, obviously I'm winning this game. But
Yeah.
the last step is to score any treasure in your
Ooh,
hand.
maybe I'll have enough treasure to come up
I have
from
no
behind.
treasure at all, so I get no treasure points.
I've got nothing.
All right, so I win the game. Yay! 4 rounds. So we played half of the game, basically. There's 8 rounds.
Yeah.
Again, unless you bury all your dead first and the game ends and you do the same thing scoring. So it's very, very easy to learn, very easy to play, fun game, fun premise.
Yeah.
Putting the bodies in the cart and
There's some cool actions too, like grave robber and grave switching,
Yeah.
and
And taking
throwing
things-
people into the river, taking them out of the river. There are some cool cards in there.
definitely cool cards. So we're hoping that you guys help us make this game a reality. Again, of course, for ginger ale games, but also because we want the game for real. I mean, this is a nice prototype. We are sending it back to the manufacturer so they can have other people take a look at it.
Yeah.
But we want our copy.
Definitely.
So we definitely want to be able to play this game again in the future. So please take a look at Kickstarter and you be
The judge.
the judge. Cheers.